guys, hello, welcome back to my channel. So I have unleashed the wild beast. I am talking about my hair, not myself. A lot of you have been asking, I want to see what this hair looks like. So this is what it looks like. I've made the wig, and so I've just put it on my hair. But yeah, what do you guys think? I love this hair. I feel like I need to put some layers in it a bit more. I'm loving this hair. It's super soft. This is what it looks like. Enough about the hair. Like, I just wanted to show you really quickly. I will do another review once I've been wearing it for a bit longer, maybe about a week or 2 weeks. I will do another video showing you guys, letting you guys know how I like it, if I like it, and what's been going on and how it is holding up. So yeah, so in my last video I promised that I would do a video just talking about wigs and weaves and which one that I prefer. Before I start talking about wigs and wigs, I just want to take a quick second to say hi to all my new subscribers. I see you, I know you, and thank you so much for subscribing. I hope you like my channel, and if you enjoyed this video after I finish talking, then don't forget to hit the subscribe button and also thumbs up, like the video. Thank you so much. So I'm gonna start off first with why I like wigs, and then why I don't like wigs, and then I'm going to talk about why I like weaves and why I don't like weaves, and then we will round it up with, you know, a selection. And I think I have found the solution to all my problems. Like, thank you, Hannah Hair, thank you very much. You have solved the problems. But yes, going back to the video. wigs. I absolutely love wigs. I love the fact that they're so versatile. You can change, you can swap and change your hair. You can go from short to long to medium to all sorts, different colors. Like, you can swap and change your hair instantly, and I think that was what I loved the most about wearing a wig. So wigs, like, you could change your hair. I went from curly to straight, and I love the fact that because I make my own wigs, like, I can literally sit down one day, make a wig, put it on, bam, done. I could get some new hair, make a wig, change it, take it off, put it back on, and it was amazing. Like, I love that fact. I was changing my hairstyle. And the other thing I loved about wigs was the fact that, I'm gonna say this, not that I did it, but just for every other person out there, the fact that you can take it off and put it back on means that you can really take care of your hair underneath. So this is good for people that are maybe transitioning their hair. Oh, my natural sisters, kudos to you, you can do it, I can't do it. You know, if you want to take a break from always, like, you know, what's the word I'm looking for, manhandling, maneuvering your hair, if you want to take a break from that. So that's another reason why people wear wigs, because obviously they're transitioning, they can't do a weave, their hair is too short, they don't have any hair. And so that's the good thing about wigs, the fact that they're so versatile, and it's good for if you're transitioning your hair, if you're trying to grow your hair and you find that always putting weaves in is kind of doing damage to your hair, you can have a wig. Another good thing about a wig, obviously, in terms of taking care of your hair underneath, you can wash your hair, you can put products in your hair, you can just put your hair in like 2 braids and put your wig on and you're good to go. Nobody needs to know. And a lot of people tend to say that when you have a wig, like, what about it falling off? Guys, like, I think because you know it's a wig, you're more cautious, and like, you secure it with so many pins. If someone comes close to your hair, you're like, whoa, because you know. So the fact that people say they don't like wigs because they feel like it's gonna fall off, trust me, it's not going to fall off. Someone literally has to yank your head before the wig comes off. So if that's like your main worry, let me tell you, like, don't even stress. Like, that wig is secure. Another reason I love wigs was the fact that I could take it off my head, put it on my mannequin, and curl my hair. Like, so I can literally curl every single strand of my hair. I can take my time with it, compared to when you're trying to like curl your hair when you have a weave. Like, you need to make sure you've got all the strands, you know, you finish curling and you find one straight strand and you're trying to curl it and all of that. With a wig, I can put it on my mannequin, I can curl everything I want to curl, put it on, brush it in, and my curls are good to go. Another thing about wigs was that you don't have to wash your entire head of hair when you have a wig. You can literally just wash the wig, maybe wash your hair another day, and then wash your hair, maybe wash your wig another day. Like, you don't have to wash everything all at once. Like, I'm not an all at once person. I like to take my time, you know, do a bit of this, do a bit of that, a bit of this, a bit of that. But yeah, another reason I liked wigs was I could take a break. If one day I feel like I don't want to do my hair, like, I can brush my hair, put it in a ponytail, in a high bun, and I'm good to go. Like, I can change it. I don't constantly have to wear my wig. So for, like, there were days, I remember when we went to France on our way back, like, I literally wrapped my wig up in a plastic bag and I put my floppy hat on. Nobody needs to know. Like, my wig was in my bag. I could rock my natural hair. I could go from simple, like, I was in France and I had like a middle part, gelled my hair back, you know, giving them, you know, French chic, and my wig, my long wig, was in my bag. So like, it was so versatile. If your hair is itchy, guys, if you're at home and you're doing this, you're like, wait a minute, I can't take my wig off. You take it off and you give your head a good scratch, and then you put it back on and you're good to go. So none of this, none of that, none of trying, like, you know, turning your head into a drum. What's that? Those are all the good points about wigs. The things that irritated me about wigs was, I think number one was the fact that I couldn't get up and go. Like, if somebody was coming to my house and my hair, because my hair underneath, like, I did not do justice to it. Like, I didn't take care of it. Like, sometimes I just tie it up, and if someone was coming to my house, I had to, oh my gosh, go grab my wig, put it on, try and find the part, like, you know, make sure my lace closure was laid and all of that jazz. Like, I just couldn't get up and go. Like, what the hell? Like, I want to get up and go. Why can't I do it? I did not like the fact that I always had to, like, you know, think about time. Don't forget, D, you need time to put your wig on. Don't forget, D, you need time to, like, lay your closure. Like, ain't nobody got time for that. So, like, I don't have time for that. So I think that was like my biggest thing about wigs, that I just had to have that extra time to fit it on, to make sure it fit and all of that. The other thing about wigs is also the fact that I'm the kind of person, I know my natural, if you're transitioning and you really want to take care of your hair, it's a good thing. But for me, I really wasn't in the mood to take care of my hair. So I found that my hair didn't do well under a wig. Like, it was growing, but because I wasn't taking care of it, it was starting to dry out and all this jazz, and all I had to do, I know, was moisturize and wash it, but I just didn't have time for that. So it kind of started to dry out and it just wasn't doing really well. But that was another thing I didn't like about wigs, and the fact that on top of having to maneuver and trying to fit the wig underneath as well, I had to take care of my hair, and that was the thing that I didn't like. And that's wigs. Why I love having a weave. So after wearing a wig for a long time, I got my weave, and every single bad point about I didn't like about wearing a wig, I could get rid of it by wearing a weave. So, you know, I didn't have to take care of my hair. I could just moisturize my hair underneath, and, you know, in the mornings I could brush it, run my straighteners through it really quick, and I was good to go. And if I couldn't be bothered to brush it, I could tie it back and I still look alright. Like, and I tend to find that, like, with wigs, you can't just tie it back. If you tie it back on a day you don't feel like doing it too much, it looks wiggy, it looks like a wig. With my weave, if I can't be bothered, I can just tie it back and I was good to go, and I didn't have any problems. Like, yeah. And everything bad thing I didn't like about wigs, like, I resolved when I wore a weave, but then the itching started. Even after I've washed it, like, I washed my hair, really washed it, and I started itching, and my mom was like, I thought you just washed your hair. And I just, like, the itch is ridiculous. And I think after taking a break, I kind of forgot, and I just used to itch. The one thing I did find about itching with my hair was I started using medicated hair and scalp treatment. I just tend to put it on the lines of my cornrow, and because it has this like tingly feeling, like it tingles, it kind of distracts you from the itch. So I found that this really works if you're like me and you have a weave and the itching is killing you. I find that this is really, really nice. So number one, itching. The second thing about weaves, you're not as versatile. Like if you have your part here, that is where your part is going to be until you decide to take the weave off. If you do a full fringe, that is how you are going to be a full fringe until you take that weave off. If you do a center part, until you remove that weave, a center part you continue to wear. I'm sorry, but that's it. What I'm trying to say is that it's not as versatile. Like that's the other thing about weaves that I'm not particularly fond of. Like you have to stick to it. Another thing I don't really like about weaves is the fact that like obviously when you're curling it, like I said with wigs, like it's really, so it feels like it's a lot more work when I curl my weave. I don't know, I just feel like it's a lot more work. And the other thing also about wearing a weave is that like with your curls, like if you're wearing a wig, if you curl your hair today, if you remove the wig overnight, like you wake up and your curls are still intact. Whereas with a weave, when you curl it, you need to make sure, like, you know, you wrap it up in a certain way, and like you make sure you don't put a bubble in it so it doesn't crink, so that when you wake up your curls are still kind of in place, and you know you have to touch up and all of that. So it requires a lot more thinking when you have a weave. Whereas when you have a wig, you can remove it, lay it on the side, tomorrow put it back on and your curls are there. Whereas with weaves, like your curls are gone by the morning. So that's it about weaves and wigs. That's all the point I can think of. If you are watching this video and you can think of more points, leave them down below. So how did Anna Hair solve my dilemma? Like, okay guys, I've always known about U-part wigs, and but I don't know, the last time I did a U-part wig, I ended up having to sew it on my head because it just didn't fit right. After I finished sewing the hair on my on the wig cap, this is what it looked like. I tried it on first and it fit my head, so I knew that it was definitely going to fit. So what I did is I cut the 2 strands that they put on the front of it. I cut it off, and then it has the 2 clips on the front, and the 2 clips are really good because it lays it down flat on your head. So so it's a U-part wig that is fully secure because they're adjustable straps on the back, and obviously it fits your head, and you can just use the pins to like to set it in place, so it's really secure. So now it feels like I have the best of both worlds. I can treat it as a wig because I can easily take it off and put it back on, and I could treat it as a weave because it's fully secure on my head. It feels like I have cornrows underneath, so it feels like it's actually sewn on my head, but it's not. So guys, let me know what you think about the hair. So thank you so much for watching guys, and I will speak to you in my next video.